My First Two Loves, Chapter 73, Off the Beaten Path. In case you're wondering where 72 is, stay to the end of the video, I'll let you know. Time's a funny thing. Objectively, it's a fixed concept, no matter how you feel about it. An hour's made up of the same 60 minutes, day in, day out. Depending on your perception, that hour could either fly by, or every single minute of it could drag on for what feels like years. The minutes after Principal Jennings hit the floor were the longest of my entire life. He's having a heart attack. Quickly, Dad ripped open Principal Jennings' shirt, baring his chest, and started compressions while the rest of us looked on in shock. Miss Jennings reappeared from the hallway, her face a mask of horror. "No, please, Jim, no." Awkwardly, Mason pulled her into his arms, his face a mixture of horror and disbelief as he struggled to keep her standing. Dad disappeared into the doctor mode, calling out quickly decisive orders as he worked to keep the man's heart pumping. The next hour is critical to his survival, so I need everyone to pay attention. Mason, get your mother out of here. She doesn't need to see this, and neither do you. Right. Come on, Mom. Emma, call 911. Tell the operator the patient is presenting with the classic symptoms of myocardial infarction. Wait, a what? Mackenzie, Ava, go get my med bag out of the car. Grab the vial of nitroglycerin, a clear syringe, and the bag valve mask. On it. Noah, find the first aid kit. He hit his head on the table, and he's bleeding everywhere. Ah, okay. Now! The room was a flurry of activity as everyone jumped to their task, but my feet felt firmly rooted to the floor, my eyes glued to Jennings. Emma, honey, you gotta move! Okay. It was call 911. I was scrambling around in the dark until I found my phone, taking a deep, calming breath as I punched in the numbers and put the speaker to my ear. Calm down, Emma. Just tell the operator he's having a heart attack and they'll send an ambulance. Everything will be okay. Ring, ring, ring. As the phone rang without an answer, I became less and less sure. Dad called out over the chaos as he leaned into Jennings' chest again and again. Where are those bandages? I got them right here. Good. Put pressure on the wound. Mac and Ava rushed back inside, lugging Dad's bag and leaving the door open in their wake. Outside, the mountain was nearly pitch black, except for the bright streaks of lightning arching through the sky. Here, Dad. Bag valve mask, syringe nitroglycerin. Thank you. Sit here by his head and hold the mask to his face. Tight grip. Every time you take a breath, squeeze the bag. Ava, take over compressions until I tell you to stop. He prepared the syringe as the wind blew snow inside, watching the flakes melt on the wooden floor, and a realization hit me. If the storm had been big enough to knock out power to an entire mountain, a few cell towers were probably a piece of cake. Ring, ring, ring. We were on our own. Dad signaled Ava to stop while he administered the medicine and then picked up the compression again, his forehead glistening with sweat. Emma, give me an ETA on that bus. Dad, we need a plan B. Talk to me. What's going on? A well of fear built up in my chest and a threatening to spill over, but I pushed back against it, driving it down. The phones are down. Nobody's coming. What? I wheeled around to find Mason in the doorway. Mason. You mean he's gonna die? Nobody's gonna die. Emma, get over here. I raced to Dad's side, kneeling in Jennings' blood as Mason started pacing, his eyes never leaving his father's face. Dad, you gotta do something, anything. My eyes leapt to Mason, hoping and praying that he wasn't about to witness his father's final moments. Not after the night he'd had. Dad must have seen it in my eyes because he quietly called across Jennings' body to Ava and Noah. You kids need to go for help. There's a med station at the bottom of the mountain. They have a sat phone and can radio for an evac. You want us to drive in this? We had a hard enough time making it in your car. It's nearly snowed in. Yeah, Doc, going downhill on a hunk of ice in the dark doesn't sound like a winning plan. We don't have any other choice. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, one versus more than one. He rummaged in Jennings' pocket and grabbed his car keys, shoving them into my hands before jumping back on the compressions. Take Jim's car out of the garage. Go. Now. I'm counting on you. On me? I won't let you down, Dad. I gripped the keys in my fist, and without thinking, I threw my arms around him. I got this. You just don't let him die. For a brief moment, I felt him rest his head against mine, and his body shook. Emma, for the love of God, be careful. If something happened to you, it won't. Dad looked over his shoulder at Mason, pacing the floor with his head in his hands. Take Mason with you, and hurry. Noah helped me to my feet, and together we all grabbed Mason and made our way to the car. Ava hopped in the passenger side, while Mason and Noah crammed into the back seat. Oh, cool! We're leaving them with only the mother and him. Okay, alright. This is dumb. I took a deep breath to calm my nerves and climbed behind the wheel, peering into the snow as I threw it in gear and floored it. Hold on tight, you guys. As I sped past, down, trees, power lines, fear crept up until Mason spoke from the back seat. You guys, I can't let him die. Not after what I said to him. Mason, you had every right to say what you did. Yeah, what happened at night isn't your fault. But when I met his eyes in the backseat, I could see Mason wasn't sold, and my heart broke for him. Without this run, his dad was as good as dead, and I couldn't let that happen, so I dug deep and focused on the task at hand. Just a little further. We're almost there. But the words were barely out of my mouth when the wheels hit a patch of ice in the dark, sending the car into a tailspin. Emma, look out! The car spun directly into the path of a large, dark shadow. Hit the brakes, turn the wheel, scream. Turn the wheel. But nothing. I did stop us from spinning out of control. Yeah, we're already in a tailspin. Everybody, oh yeah, that'll help. The car came to a vicious stop against the trunk of a tree, and the momentum threw my head in the driver's side window. Glass rained down around me, tinkling sweetly into my ear. Outside there was a cracking, popping, snapping sound, quiet at first, but growing louder. I tried to lift my head and look around the car, but I couldn't gather the strength. The noise outside grew until it was louder than anything I'd ever heard before, and the last thing I remember was turning to watch as a tree fell straight towards us. And then nothing. Nice. This is why all four of you shouldn't pile into a car. When I came to, my eyelids felt like they weighed 1,000,000 pounds each, but I could hear voices fading in and out around me. The way we can leave her like this is right. Need to get help. One will need to stay. Training to hear all of them made my head ache. But one voice came through clearly, soothing me as the tone rose and fell. I locked onto it, letting it guide me back until it's taking too long. They need to help now. I'll go. No. Even as I thought it, I could feel someone move away, and I fought to open my eyes. I rolled my head over, and instantly 3 faces came into view. One, a pretty girl. I took my face in her hands, stabilizing my neck, as a tough guy in a familiar face leaned in. My eyes drifted between them, heart racing in my chest, as I tried to find the voice I'd been so drawn to. Emma! Thank God, we thought... Are you okay? Really, we don't remember their names? Hearing them again jogged my memory, and as I reached out with a weak hand, I wondered how I could have ever forgotten. Are you fucking serious right now with this? Please don't leave me. He took my hand and squeezed, and a sense of peace washed over me. Wouldn't dream of it. Then I guess that's all that. You stay with her, we'll go get help. My vision was hazy, but when I focused again, Ava and Mason had disappeared, leaving only Noah to hover over me. Everything is gonna be okay. Hey, listen, we crashed Jim's car. It's a win-win in my book. But before I could respond, I saw a new face out of the corner of my eye. It was bathed in light, and as I got closer, warmth flooded my body. I racked my foggy brain, searching for the word that was right on the tip of my tongue. Mom? She stroked my face, but as I melted into her, desperate for a touch, she started to fade away, hand still outstretched, beckoning me to reach out. Really? Are you serious right now? Oh my God, this book is gonna be the death of me. Mom, don't go. We're the only ones here, Emma. But as I focused on Mom, Noah's voice faded into the background. I took her hand, and the bright light within her expanded, blinding me. But when it vanished, we were home. I looked around in amazement. What? How? Mom eased down on the couch with a smile and patted the cushion beside her. I think we'd better get comfortable for this conversation. Don't you? I can't believe this. Am I dead? Immediately I felt my head for the place I'd hit, but there was no pain. Oh man, I was gonna look out for Mac, and when Dad finds out I'm dead, he's gonna kill me. Mom chuckled and lowered my hands, pulling me into her side. Calm down, honey, you're not dead. We're in your subconscious mind. This living room is just a memory. See? She concentrated for a moment, then reached for the throw on the back of the couch, letting her hand pass right through it unfazed. Right, because that's what your subconscious does. But if none of this is real, then you... She met my eyes with a sad smile, and I felt a wave of disappointment wash over me. Mom hugged me tightly. That love I have for you, though, is real. And that's yours to keep forever, even if I'm not. Now, catch me up. What's been going on? You're her bloody subconscious. We don't need to catch you up. This is insane. There's so much I want to tell you. But I'm going to start with... Things with Dad and Mac are finally good. Things really took a turn after you left. Mac was acting out, staying out all night, hanging with the wrong crowd. And Dad could barely stand to be home. I think of all of it just hurt too much. Oh, honey. Mom folded me into her embrace, holding me tightly against her chest, and I listened to in amazement to the beat of her heart, finding it hard to believe it was all just in my head. I never meant to leave you, girls, or your father, and I'm so sorry for the pain that I've caused you. Things are getting better. Mac's a full-blown artist now, and I know it's because when she feels closest to you. And Dad's actually starting to come around. He's not perfect, but he is trying. And that's all thanks to you. You've been the glue for this family, putting aside your needs for the greater good. But you're your own person, destined to go your own way. Never forget that. In that case, I should probably figure out which way Destiny's telling me to go. I kind of just flying by the seat of my pants. I swear to God, if we talk to our mother, whose dad, about our relationship woes, I am gonna flip this desk. Show me someone who isn't. That's what makes these years are for. Making mistakes, learning lessons, figuring out who you like. Oh my God. And who you like. I noticed you didn't give an update on your love life. That's one of the lessons I've been learning. Turns out love is complicated. When isn't it? Spill. Well, I thought I knew that part of myself already, but this year has already thrown me for a loop. There's this guy. Two guys, really. Mason and Noah. Scandalous! Yeah, that's what your mother's gonna say. I thought Mason was the one. I mean, we grew up together, he always looked out for me, and he knew you, but then I met Noah, and he's been through so much. It never stops him from being loving, kind, considerate. It sounds like there are quite a few hearts on the line, hun. Most of all yours. Just make sure you're honest with everyone involved, but also yourself. That's all anyone can ask of you. I know, I just wish you were really here, Mom. I miss you and I have no clue what I'm doing. I need you for my relationship woes. I fell into her arms like I used to when I was little, and she rubbed my back in soothing circles. There isn't a place in the world, or the next, where I can't find you. Wherever you go, I'm with you, and I couldn't be more proud. But now, I need you to wake up. Huh? I sat up to look at her, but it wasn't until I saw her face, plain, smooth, unemotional, that I realized she wasn't warm anymore. Mom? Emma, you've gotta wake up. All around us, the living room began to melt away, a bright white light taking its place, and when I turned back, Mom was gone. And Noah was in her place. The car was freezing, and I could see his breath in little puffs of steam. There you are, you're still with me? My eyelids sagged as a chill went through me. I surveyed the car, looking for Mom, but I already knew the truth. She's really gone? It's just you and me. Emma, you hit your head really hard. Maybe... But I never heard the end of the sentence. Because I was already out cold. Well, that was short and sweet, I guess. So without further ado, thank you all for watching. Remember to like the video, share the channel or the video, and make sure to subscribe for more awesome content. Become a part of this community, this crew, and let us venture forth. So, the reason why 72 is not up, because basically I was recording it. I completed it, I hit, yay, chapter 72 complete, and congratulations, and I moved on, and then I ended the video. And apparently you can't go back to the prior chapter because life is not that easy. So yeah, that's what happened. So unfortunately, Pixelberry doesn't allow you to go to the prior chapter. Otherwise, I would have done it, and then I would have, uploaded this later. But again, Pixelberry doesn't allow you that very simple option that a lot of other books and like visual novel apps and things like that allow you to do. So they want you to literally restart 72 chapters. Well, 71, but... I love all of you. Seriously, you guys are literally what keeps me going every single day. But I'm not going through 71 chapters of this book in hell again. Even just tapping just to do it for, no, I'm sorry. So, yeah, my apologies that 72 will not be on this channel. It is the first and only time that I have ever, started a book and just was like, skipped a chapter. I usually in the past would go back and fix it or be able to make, something happen. But Pixelberry kind of really screwed the pooch on this. I mean, the fact that we are 73 chapters into a book, that one... we should be multiple books. At the very least, you could have done book 1, book 2, book 3, shit like that. But, yeah. So, once again, thank you all for watching. Once again, my apologies. Catch you all later. Peace.